Hello and welcome to Bronze Age Monsters, the show where we wade into the weirdest and wildest waters of the comic books of the 1970s. This season on B.A.M, we're covering the brief life of Atlas Seaboard Comics, the publishing venture of Martin Goodman that some say was a middle finger to Marvel and Stan Lee. Revenge is a dish best served in 4 colors. I'm Matt Howell.
I'm Jacob Balcom.
Thanks for joining us this week, listeners. We're back from our mid-season break. What'd you think of that, Jacob? I felt like an HBO or Netflix show. It was kind of awesome.
Yeah, it was a long break. I mean, you know, I got stuff done. You went on a world. You hopped around the world, and it was good. It was a good break. Didn't learn a thing. No,
absolutely.
Didn't pick up any Greek. Didn't.
Kalimera.
Oh, nice.
Good morning.
Proud of you.
That's free.
Yeah.
Yep. It was good. I gotta be honest though, man. That's a lot of people for me.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of fucking people.
That's the only thing. Like, there's so much about cruises that I think would be really cool, but I just don't like being trapped with people. I don't like being trapped with the same people.
So this cruise company specifically is like the anti-Carnival cruise. Like they book their ship intentionally so it feels about 2/3 full.
Oh, that's cool.
And it really does. It does. But it's just, as a misanthrope and an introvert, that doesn't, 2/3 is a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
So about a week into it, I kind of was like, because also we're going to popular ports, places of interest. And so they're assholes and elbows, just everybody trying to see the thing, take the picture, do the blah, blah. And it's just like a weekend, I was just like, oh my God, I did not realize how much I like, as a guy that works from home, like I will go 4 hours without uttering a word. So, without seeing another person, 6 hours, except my dog. So it started to hit me about a weekend where I was just kind of like, ooh, this is a lot of people. And by the last 2 days, I was getting into the Xanax, just kind of nibbling on, I'll just have a half a Xanax today because they're there.
Because they're there.
People
why
everywhere.
Not?
They're everywhere.
There's so many people.
But it was a good time though. And I loved it. But I was very happy to get home.
Yeah, I bet.
And Callie was very happy to see me.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, Callie.
Now I know how you feel when you come over, the way the greeting I got.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very sexy and romantic.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. So, so we are back and we're going to be talking about an anomaly in the Atlas Seaboard output. They did a teen humor magazine called Vicky. So this is an interesting one because when we announced that we were doing this, a lot of people online who would tweet at us or threads or whatever, we're kind of you guys aren't doing Vicky though, right? Fuck yeah, is there a number one? Is there an issue number 1 of it? Yeah, we're doing it.
They don't know you at all.
No, they don't. So and you and I were just kind of you just said, how do you want to do it? And I was like, I don't know, we'll figure it out when we get there. And as we got there, I was like, I have no plan. And so the plan was, let's do something fun with it. And we've done some fun stuff in the past with some goofier things, and we've done dramatic performances of them. So we decided to do that. But before we dive into that stuff and kind of really talk about Vicky specifically in 1974 or 75, we want to talk about just a little bit about the teen humor genre of comics and a little bit about their history and how this kind of ties into Martin Goodman a bit.
Yeah, so we have to start pretty far back. We first have to start, in 1929, so as a publisher named Louis Silberkleit, and he's going to be a big player later on in the story, or actually kind of in the beginning, but he hired Martin Goodman, who we know very well, as his assistant at Eastern Distribution Company. So Goodman would later partner with Lewis to form Mutual Magazine Distributors and publish the pulps and dime novels that we have talked about on previous episodes. They did that until 1935 when the company went bankrupt. So Goodman went on to form Timely Comics, and Silberkleit went on to form MLJ. So MLJ was the kind of like the pre Archie. Everyone knows it for Archie, but MLJ started out with superheroes, most famously the Shield and Red Hood. Now, Matt, I know more about these from you and your love of the Red Circle reboot that happened in the 80s.
Yes, I wasn't really aware of them prior to that. I just knew that they were associated with Archie, but prior to the early 80s one, that Buckler spearheaded. I didn't know much about them either, really. So, I knew the Shield. I knew you remember the crappy toys? You ever see the crappy toys like at Sprouse Rights? Like in the markdown bins, there was the Mighty Crusaders line.
Oh,
and
I
it was
thought about
always the worst ones. Like you might see the web, you might find the Shield somewhere, but typically it was like the crappiest villain that was called the Eraser, and he looked like some Robert Crumb like spoof of a villain, like
God,
tubby guy, and spandex. It was weird. Oof. Anyway, so that was my experience with that. But yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't know much about it either. Aside from the Shield, I think the Shield is technically the first of your patriotic superheroes, right? Like that's
he is.
He came before Captain America, and
he did.
Yeah. Okay, so MLJ did superhero books, but they didn't do them very well. So by 1942, they got into the Archie business with creators like Dan DeCarlo, and so they just Archie just took off, and so I don't know, they kind of started teen comics as we know it. Like there's no real stuff before it. There's a few, but not really. I mean, the way that I could think of, there's kind of romancy stuff and a few other things, but the teen comics as we know of today, I think pretty much have started with Archie.
Yeah, there was one comic that I found when I was researching stuff that I think it was called Harvey Teen, and he'd been like published as a newspaper strip from like the late teens or something, like a long time.
Okay, that sounds familiar, actually.
But that's like, I think that is apparently like the ground zero of teen comic stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, Martin Goodman did it too at Timely, kind of, post Archie a little bit, but they had Cindy, Jeannie, and most famously they had Patsy Walker. Mm-hmm. And Patsy Walker and Hetty Devine and like all, yeah. So, I mean, they did it. They didn't do it as good as MLJ did, but they did it.
Right.
Because, after Archie hit, then there's a billion little copycats.
Yeah. That was a cottage industry was ripping off Archie for decades.
Yeah, pretty much. So, So, okay. So he started MLJ. Archie starts in 1942. So let's flash forward to 1958. Silverkite became a silent partner in Tower Publications. Tower Publications mainly published what they called softcore erotic fiction for men, the paperbacks. And so, but Tower Publishing started Tower Comics in the 60s, and that's where Tippy Teen was published.
So I think you and we've been around the block a few times. We would have to say if a publisher started making comics in 1965, they were most likely looking at what Marvel was doing and saying, why can't we have some of that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Marvel was a pop culture phenomenon in 65.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, we've reached Tower Comics. You're going to ask why we're talking about Tippy Teen. Well, Tippy Teen is basically what has been repurposed into Vicki. Matt, you want to take it away?
Yeah. So, I mean, Tippy Teen, it's interesting. So if folks know Tower Comics, it was short-lived, like we were kind of alluding to. It was 65 to 69. It was Harry Shorten who was running the whole thing, and his dream job was to give Wally Wood free reign and say, create these characters, create these books, and just go nuts, do Wally Wood. And Wood didn't have the bandwidth to do as many titles as they wanted, so they brought on someone else who... by the way, I'm sorry to sidebar here. Have you read There Ought to Be a Law by Harry Shorten? Like one of a 40-year running newspaper strip that he did?
No, I ran into it when I was doing research for this, but no, I'd never read it. Have you?
I'd never even heard of it before but it was interesting. Like single panel gag stuff. I really liked the stuff I saw.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And apparently there are like little paperback collections, like Mad Magazine, like the same things you would get on spinner racks or whatever. I kind of want to check some of it out now. But so Wally Wood couldn't do the bandwidth and couldn't do all the stuff that Harry Shorten needed for this new line of comics from Tower. So Harry Shorten had worked at MLJ, I believe, before. Mm-hmm. And so he brought in Sam Schwartz. And Sam Schwartz was a workhorse over at MLJ, now Archie. And he had worked on mostly Archie's pal Jughead. That was like the main book that he drew for many, many, many years. And so this guy was a vet at doing teen humor. So they poached him, brought him in, and had him create the entire line, all the character design and the character names and the archetypes, the Bible, the character Bible for Tippy Teen. And so Sam Schwartz did that. And, Tower is most famous for Wally Wood's his art, and several writers worked on it. But Thunder Agents, it's a beloved to this day, considered ahead of its time, kind of a progressive comic in the middle of the '60s. So I've only read a little bit of it. Have you read it, Jacob?
I've only read a little bit of it. Yeah, I mean, it seems really cool, and like you said, it's really really highly regarded. But yeah, that was the thing with Tower also. And it's funny when you say that, I understand why Wally Wood didn't have the bandwidth, because every Tower comic was 64 pages and 25 cents. So It's an amazing amount of work every month.
Yeah, it was an interesting model that they had. So, most people think of Thunder Agents when you say Tower. But all in all, though, Tippy Teen had 25 issues from the entire run of Tower, and her best friend Go-Go had a spinoff called Tippy's Friend Go-Go and Animal, which is her boyfriend. And there was also these annuals that came out every summer that were called Teen-In. So and these were, I don't know how much you dove into this, Jacob, but I was telling you before we started recording, I kind of went down a rabbit hole on Comic Plus with this stuff. I love that Tippy Teen is not just Archie. It is not just funny gag stories. There's also stuff about the Herman's Hermits and Sonny and Cher and Donovan.
Yeah, that's
they
what
interview
I saw.
all the monkeys. The monkeys are all over it. There's advice columns. There's like people write in and say like, here's ways to make money this summer. And it's like, I do this and I collect cans and I blah, blah, blah. And like, it is like this, it's a magazine that's mostly comics. I fucking loved it.
Yeah. I saw a couple of those on Comic Book Plus. And yeah, I knew right as I saw the Herman's Hermits ones, I was like, okay, Matt's gonna get really obsessed about this, so I don't have to do as deep of a dive, because Matt's gonna have all this shit memorized, because Herman's Hermits there's an issue that's very Herman's Hermits centric. So yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, the magazines are super cool. And again, always shout out to Comic Book Plus, that I'm now a member of, and donated to kick them a little bit of money, because they are, I mean, they're the archive.org of comics. Like there's such amazing stuff on there, and they're preserving history, and they do it wonderfully. So yeah.
Yeah. So I know you know me, so I know that I already have plans to make digital omnibus editions of all things Tippy Teen, because I have all the rock and roll stuff in there.
I'm ready for it. At least the all the magazines for sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Teen-In.
Yeah. So if you add in the 4 annuals of Teen-In, 25 issues of Tippy Teen, and I think 11 or 12 issues of Go-Go and Animal, that was the most published thing that they had. So we don't have any sales figures of how popular this was going up against Archie, but the line folded in 4 years, so who knows? But so we get to an interesting place, because 5 years after this publisher stops making comics, did Tower paperbacks continue?
Yes, Tower Publications kept going, and they kept going doing other stuff. Like, Tower Publications went strong, but Tower Comics folded.
Do you know if there's ever been a revival attempt by anybody? I know Thunder Agents got bought by like DC or something at some point, but like,
I'm kind of shocked Thunder Agents hasn't been made yet. Like, hasn't had a big movie about it, because it's such a cool property. But,
it's a great concept.
And they had cool stuff. They had Undersea Agent, and they had some other stuff that was kind of pretty cool looking. And it's, I don't know. Yeah, I think a lot of the Tower line looks pretty neat. I think a lot of it's on Comic Book Plus, right? Yeah.
But I get the impression from what I've seen is just that it's Thunder Agents and related spinoffs, and Tippy Teen and related spinoffs. And that's kind of the bulk, the two things that propped up that tent.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And like you were saying, I mean, there's almost 40 issues of Tippy Teen content. That's twice as much, if not more than twice as much, as any of the other titles that they had.
Yeah. So, so that gets us to, so Tower Comics folds in 1969. So Tippy Teen's done. And then in 1974, early 74, Martin Goodman has found a young guy named Jeff Rovin to spearhead a project. And you and I have talked quite a bit about some of the oddball things that they have to be Martin Goodman sitting back in his chair after having liver and onions and a martini at lunch, and his feet are propped up on his desk, and he's smoking a really stinky cigar, and he's like, you know what we need? We need an Archie book, something like that. And we have there's a connection, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason why Tippy Teen becomes Vicky. And it's literally the only change in the entire thing. Go-Go West is still, I love her name's Go-Go West.
It is awesome.
Go-Go West is still Go-Go. Animal's still Animal. Timmy is still Timmy. Like, everybody's the same except the titular character of Tippy Teen is now Vicky for some reason. But this is panel for panel exactly the same.
Yes, it's exactly the same enough to where, I know we have basic understanding of actual like comic printing and things like that. But this has to be something to where Goodman just had the plates, basically, like did the original art. I mean, maybe the original art still existed, but no, he had the actual like printer's plates to this.
Yeah.
So, and we go back to think like, okay, Martin and Lewis were old friends. All these guys, like that's the crazy thing. You talk about the publishers of DC, Martin Goodman, they're all like, oh, we're at war. They're all buddies. They all just drink martinis and smoke cigars and be like, how can we screw the little guy that's working for us? And all of us can get richer. And that's
artists.
It's those stupid artists trying to unionize. So, I mean, we think it goes back. And before we even, so we think that basically, because of Martin Goodman's connection with Lewis Silberkleit, that I'm assuming that he got these plates from Lewis Silberkleit or from someone else in Tower. Tower shuts down. No one does anything with their shit. And so we think that probably Goodman actually got this stuff from Lewis. Now, Goodman, here's the funny thing, is that Tippy Teen itself was a reworked idea. So Tippy Teen itself were repurposed strips from a comic called Candy.
Yeah, not all of them, but some of them were reworked. I have some examples here. Let me get up to that, Jacob. For instance, I started looking at this book when I started reading this to, prepare for the show. The second story is called Third Finger, Right Hand. It's about a friendship ring. Vicky wants Timmy to get her friendship ring. And I looked it up on GCD and I said, so this is from Tippy Teen number 3, March 1966. Cool. And I clicked on that and looked it up. I was like, oh, wow. So it's literally just the exact same thing, but her name's Vicky now. And then I clicked on that in GCD and saw that reworked script from Third Finger Right Hand, Candy number 51, November 54. It's like, what the hell? So I looked up Candy, and I'd never heard of Candy. This was entirely new to me. Ran for 64 issues from 47 to 56. And sure enough, we have the exact same setup, but entirely new art. So they just stole the story.
Yeah, which is bonkers to me in a lot of ways. I don't know. But again, I feel like a lot of these, I mean, the more that we learned about Golden Age stuff and pre-Golden Age stuff, it's the fucking Wild West and everyone is a crook. So Everyone's just repurposing everything. Even our good friend Israel Waldman had taken plates of Candy, this series that we're looking at right now, and just flat out reprinting them in 1964 for his IW Super Comics. Just redoing Candy, not changing a thing.
Nope.
So
catch me if you can, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That was the state of the comics publishing industry, was just move fast, break things, but things is break copyright law.
Yeah, exactly. And Martin Goodman and Lewis Silberkleit, they had multiple companies, of course. These guys, it's like shell company on shell company, and one would go bankrupt and then one would pop up over here. It's like they were masters of that.
Yeah.
And so, the old-timey publishers were, people are just like, oh, the mafia must have been involved. I'm like, no, they were the mafia.
Yeah.
Like, they were just crooks. They were absolute crooks, just stealing everything. And so, Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, in 1974, it's like Goodman did what his old friend Israel Waldman was famous for. He acquired these plates and changed one word literally, and hey, he's got his team title for Atlas Seaboard.
These dumb kids won't know the difference.
No, they won't. I mean, I was thinking like, okay, it's easier to do that with this stuff rather than like a superhero line. Not like most comics back in the day were one and done. Like there wasn't a lot of continuity, but the teen stuff, it's just, I mean, it's so easy because all of them are one and done fluff that follow this real hackneyed formula. So it's just like, well, fuck it. And what kid is going to remember? Because again, all these guys, they're crooks. They're making their money. They also do not value comics as an art form at all.
No.
It is garbage to them. So it's
disposable entertainment.
It is. They do not care whatsoever, which is hilarious because, you know, I mean, they're saying like, I don't know. I think it's our Marvel by the Month guys that have the shirt that's just like comics, a dying industry since 1939. So where no one cared. Everyone, I swear to God, like we get up into the 80s and they're like, yeah, I didn't think comics were going to be a thing anymore. So we didn't care. We just did what we wanted.
Yeah, I mean, man, when was the first time you can remember, like publishing wise, seeing that ad in the back where it's like, hey, we have some back issues of things. It was like 68. It was like the first time you can remember seeing one of these. It was Silver Age, right?
It's Silver
some people
Age.
Are like, I have some old things. Does anybody want to buy these? They're like a quarter. They're a nickel. Like that's when it slowly started. Like some people are collecting these.
Yeah,
I felt like it was the second half of the 60s.
Yeah, it was people like Mile High Comics and like you know, some of the other mail order stuff. I think Bob Bierbaum has something to do with a lot of that early back in the day. But yeah, you're right. It was only then. And then like a few little things. I was thinking about it. I wonder if people would agree with me. I think that it took the first Superman movie for people to be like, oh, fuck. Oh, okay. This can be real like pop culture and this can make us money. So this is valuable now.
Yeah. The hardcore collecting Donner Superman, you're saying that kind of makes sense.
I mean, not hardcore collecting, but just like in the general zeitgeist of people being like, oh, comics aren't disposable as much as they should be. Not hardcore collecting, but just like in general, like people just being like, oh, okay, like this isn't garbage. It's people are probably going to remember this stuff.
Right. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. That makes sense, right? I mean, it was persistent as well, right? I mean, there was always a Superman serial or a TV show or something that was going on where it just kept edging into the larger populace outside of just 12-year-old boys. Yeah. So I think people kind of realized at that point where it's like, this stuff is persistent. I don't think it's going to go away.
Yeah, it's not going to go away. Now it's a big blockbuster film seen worldwide kind of thing. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I think we've established some of the where Archie came from a little bit, where Tippy Teen came from, and how it got into Martin Goodman's sweaty, hairy hands. So before we launch into what we actually did here, because that's the remainder of the episode. It's a short episode, guys. We talk a bit about Archie on the show. We talk about romance comics, talk about everything. But what is your specific relationship to this genre of comics?
I mean, I think it's probably, same old story with everybody. I would say our age, but the cool thing about Archie is that it's persisted in decade after decade of different generations of children, to where I swear to God, like the story that we would tell is the same story someone would tell in the 60s or 5 years ago, to where they're like, it was 2020. And my mom was like, oh man, be good, or oh, stores are crazy now, we can't go into them. Maybe I'll try and make sure they throw in like an Archie double digest. And so yeah, I got them from the supermarket. That's how I got into it.
Yeah,
and that's how all of us got into it. Or we had like stacks of Archies passed down, which I also had a stack of Archies, I think, from a cousin who had was older than me and was just like, I read Howard the Duck now, so you can have my Archies.
I've graduated. I have big boy pants now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was definitely my cousin Connie, who was 3 years older than me. My grandma lived in Eugene, and she had like a big, huge backyard with like a huge garden. You could get kind of lost in it. There was some fruit trees and cornstalk field rows and stuff like that. And we would just take turns all over grandkids, like staying there for like 2 weeks at a time in the summer. So it's always kind of like your turn to be at grandma's for a while. And my cousin Connie would leave behind Betty and Veronica or Jughead or whatever. And I was just kind of like, this isn't Nascenti's Daredevil, but I'm going to read it anyway. And then I would just read it, and I just, we burned through all of them.
Yeah.
So it's just comforting just to have this thing that's always there. I mentioned on the show before, I told you when I was taking the kids camping, these kids that we're going to hear from here in a minute, that I was getting camping supplies out of a big bin of plastic shit, going through like just kindling, some fire starters, some spatulas, a frying pan, some paper napkins, and Archie double digests. Because you have to have them literally everywhere.
You do. You need them all everywhere. But how cool. It's just this ubiquitous thing that's just a part of the fabric of America, weirdly enough. And that their business model is the most successful comic business model that's ever been achieved. Like, it's still going. And you know what? If every publisher still sold goddamn comics at the grocery checkout line, comics would be bigger than they are now.
Yeah, it always bums me out when I go to the Fred Meyer, which is our Kroger here, that, I'll go through the magazine thing, and where there should be comics on that bottom rack, it's just a bunch of like Pokemon, Spider-Man movie stuff, or like, Marvel movie things, but there's no comics.
I know.
And it's always, but Archie's always in the checkout line.
Yeah.
It has been since I've been alive, and I hope it is long after I'm gone.
Yeah.
I find that comforting, oddly.
It's so comforting, and it's so cool. And like, so, kids that, I'm the teen librarian, but the kids that are like 5 and 6 years old know Archie, and they know those double digests. That is the universal thing. Like, can you just be quiet for 40 minutes while we do this shopping? Can you just chill out? If you do, I'll get you this digest. Just please shut up.
Yeah.
And then you get the digest, and everything's right in the world.
And it's so saturated into our culture. Like, think about all the different things that happen. Like, Archie started, 42? Around, I would think, as a character. So by 68, Kirshner, who created the Monkees, was kind of irritated that the Monkees were like, we want to play our own instruments. We want to write our own songs. We want to like, God damn, these manufactured bands wanting to do stuff. I just wish I had a fake band. So he made the Archies, and he hired Ron Dante and Tony Wine, two fucking ace session songwriters and session singers, to come in and be the voice of the most of the characters. And Archie Comics got an animated show, and there was like 2 songs every episode. Sugar Sugar became a #1 fucking song. It's a great fucking song. I love it. Jacob and I both love bubblegum pop. Amazing music came out of they had like 5 albums. Yeah. And they're like almost all good.
And they didn't talk back.
Yeah, they did not talk back.
No.
Kirshner was like, what's cool is if one of the people gets to be a pain in the ass, I can fire him and replace him. Nobody's going to go, Jughead sounds different this album.
Nope, he doesn't. Nope, don't know what you're talking about.
Jughead sang bass. There's that, and then it evolved and kept going. Now there's Riverdale, which was a touch point for the kids. There's an interview, by the way, folks, at the end of this episode. I interviewed the kids who played the characters in this about their relationship with comics. So you get to hear a bit about this, but there's Riverdale. There was a revival where the horror stuff happened again because of Franco Villa and some other people coming in. There was a zombie story that took off. Jughead is a werewolf. There's a whole horror line that has absolutely stunning art. And there's vampires, zombies, all different. Each character has their own kind of like sub horror monster thing going on, and they're all I recommend them highly.
Yeah, like Mark Waid wrote some, like they have crazy good writers. Chip Zdarsky,
the art's gorgeous.
And the art,
Zdarsky,
it's Franco Villa. It's like incredible stuff. It's really good.
Yep. So my point is that that this stuff is like so saturated in our culture that it just keeps evolving and changing, and it's always omnipresent. I guess Netflix made a live action Archie movie like in India in the last 2 years. I haven't had Netflix for a couple of years, so I didn't know about this. Was an Indian Archie movie that's live action.
Oh, that's awesome.
Josie and the Pussycats was a film. That's a spinoff of this stuff, and there's just spinoffs. There's all this stuff going on. So So all that is to say that Archie teen humor, whatever you want to call it, is prevalent, and it seems to be not going anywhere.
No.
It just changes. So, since we are middle-aged men who talk about monsters and 70s comics, we weren't quite sure how to tackle this. And so, as I said before, we did the Tower Records thing. So my daughter was in theater. She has some amazing friends that are also in theater. And so we coughed up, we loosened the coffers of the show a little bit and paid some actors to come and perform these things. So I had these kids come over. I got back on vacation Friday, and I had the kids come over Saturday, and they recorded it. We all sat around my coffee table with my mic on the table. They hadn't read it. It was cold.
No,
and
that
they
makes
just
it great.
they did it. Yeah. And so it's pretty interesting. And then if you know me, you know that I can't just leave well enough alone. So I was like, well, I need to do some sound effects. And, I should probably do some music. It's going to be on YouTube, so I can't steal music. So I got to write music and record music. And so I did all that all week. So that's what I've been doing all week, is working on Vicky. We made dramatic readings of a few stories from Vicky. So I think it's time to share those now.
I'm ready.
All right, Jacob. So the first one that we did was called A Snitch in Time. You ready for this?
You know I'm ready.
How does the idea of an intimate candlelit dinner at my place grab you, Tommy?
It sounds real groovy. I'll ask Vicky if she can make it.
Vicky? I was talking about us.
Sorry, Peg, but I promised Vicky I'd go shopping with her this evening.
Shopping? She's got you under her thumb like a fingerprint.
Oh yeah? It so happens I'm the boss in our twosome. I give the orders and she obeys.
Then let's see you tell her to go carry her own bundles.
You just listen. You heard me. I'm through being your errand boy.
Peggy, you little devil. You've done it again.
Okay, if that's the way you feel about it, goodbye. The nerve of that girl, taking me for granted like that. She said, Tommy Trippett, if you're not here at 8 o'clock on the dot, it's all over between us.
Naturally, you won't be there.
You're darn right I won't. I'll show up at 8:05. That'll teach her a lesson.
Tommy, you're hopeless. I'm fed up with you. There's gotta be some way to sour that sickening sweet romance. Think, girl, think. Horace Acne, why don't you watch where you're going?
Whoa, sorry, Peggy. I've been in a daze since I broke off with my girl.
You and Sylvia. You two have been going steady since kindergarten.
Yeah, but it's all over now.
Horace, I think I have just the girl to replace Sylvia.
Who's that?
Why, Vicky, of course.
Vicky? But isn't that Tommy's girl?
You mean you haven't heard about their breakup? The timing is just right for a guy with your, charm to move right in.
Yeah, but romancing? Our girl takes loot, and right now I'm flatter than a flounder's belly.
Don't worry about a thing. I'm going to personally finance your courtship.
Gosh, Peg, you're all heart.
Not to mention claws. Now remember, be at Vicky's house at 6 o'clock sharp.
I'll be there, with bells on.
You'd better get ready for some shocking news. This'll floor you.
Like what?
Like your ever-loving Vicky is dating other boys on the sly. How's that grab you?
You have flipped. Our love is as enduring as an oak.
Oh yeah? Well, it's about to be run through the buzzsaw.
Huh? Horace Acne! But we have a date to go shopping at 8.
So she wants Horace for romance, and you for carrying shopping bags.
Oh yeah? Well, two can play the game as well as one. How about you and I taking in a movie tonight?
I already bought the tickets.
How nice that you dropped in, Horace.
Shucks, Vic. You don't have to thank me.
Oh dear, it's nearly 8 o'clock. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
Yeah, well, I think I'll catch a movie.
I'll save the seats while you park the car, Tommy.
Roger. Horace Acne? Tommy Trippett! Steal my girl, will you? But Peggy told me it was okay! Peggy? Sure, she said you and Vic split up. She's even financing my date with Vic. Horace, old buddy, I'm beginning to see the light. Shed some of it on me, 'cause I'm still in the dark. Don't you realize it's really you Peggy is after? She wants to help you because she's in love with you. She's just too shy to say the words. Don't you get it? No, the whole thing's getting too complicated for my mini brain. Don't try to figure it out now. Just take this ticket and go in.
I'm sorry you'll have to wrestle with all these packages, Tommy.
I feel sorrier for Peggy. Right now she's wrestling with a surprise package of her own.
Don't worry, my shy wildflower. Now that I found you, I'll never let you go.
Why? Why me?
Reactions.
Oh my God, that's a masterpiece. The music. Oh, the kids did so good. That kid who did Horace Acne is going to be a star, that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounded amazing. Yeah. Okay. You worked long hours on this week.
I did. It was a long week, honestly. Once I kind of got my teeth in it, I couldn't let it go. So I wrote some original stuff. I recorded some things and
sounds amazing.
Whatever. So I'm so proud of the kids though. Yeah, I was just I mean, that was the thing, right? It's like once I recorded one of these and I, edited it all together and put the art up, I was like, it's dead. Like,
yeah, you need
it feels weird. And then I was like, well, okay, so sound effects will help, but I don't really want to get into a whole music thing. God damn, it's like a week, literally a week. And then I was like, wait a minute, didn't like 1969 Archie cartoon have laugh tracks? I mean, didn't all those have laugh tracks? And I looked it up on archive.org.
Yep.
I was like, yes, God, that's going to help so much because it covers transitions of music. It covers, it does so much lifting, and it just makes it corny because the stuff is corny. So it kind of puts a button on it's absurd.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, the jokes are stale, the jokes are whatever, even though they're kind of charming in a dumb way. But yeah, it just kind of puts that button on this is stupid. And so
it was awesome. So awesome.
It all kind of comes together in a way that actually works. So I think,
yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? So when you're reading Archie in your head, you kind of, like when there's a gag, but when you see it presented as like a sitcom, it's like, oh, there's a lot of jokes in it that could land.
Yeah, they could land.
Ostensibly, and so just forcing in the laugh track thing just kind of made it even more surreal and just kind of actually made it stand up on its own better in a weird way.
Yeah, I thought it was genius. I love it. I love what you've done here. It's beautiful.
Yay. Okay, ready for another one?
Let's do another one. I'm ready.
All right, so now we're going to meet Miss Snodgrass and Principal Fogg and Egghead.
Why so tragic, girls? You look sadder than a Russian play.
I haven't seen such a long face since my Aunt Minnie caught her head in a clothes wringer.
Your Aunt Minnie had it easy. Gogo and I have to bake 5 pounds of coconut patties for our home eco assignment. Our entire term grades are resting on the outcome.
Teetering would be a better word.
Why all the melodramatics? Baking cookies can't be that hard.
Oh no? Try this one for size.
I see what you mean. If J. Edgar Hoover sampled one of those, you'd get 20 years for counterfeiting silver dollars.
The trouble with you girls is that you lack confidence in your own abilities.
Do you really think that's it, Egghead?
I'm convinced of it. Actually, you can accomplish anything you put your mind to.
Maybe he's right, Vicky. Last month they baked a very successful nut cake. 3 people went nuts figuring out what was in it.
Take a lesson from us men. Egghead and I have a difficult chemistry exam today. Yet do we look worried?
No!
Flustered?
No!
Shook up?
No!
Well, we are!
In that case, here's wishing all of us luck.
I must be in heaven. I hear bells.
Silly, that's the period bell.
Which in this case is like a death toll.
Don't despair, Dr. Pasteur. We'll invent a smallpox serum yet.
These scientists are wasting their time with hydrogen bombs. If they want something really powerful, they should work on the chemical formula of a kiss.
Now, girls, you have exactly 1 hour in which to bake these cookies.
Yes, Miss Snodgrass.
Good luck to both of you.
And to the one who has to taste them.
Here's a list of ingredients. Potatoes, vinegar, ketchup, bread, crumbs, the juice of 3 lemons.
Hold everything. That's a recipe for coconut patties?
Well, no. Actually, it's for tuna fish patties. But we'll just use coconut where whatever it says, tuna fish.
Good thinking.
Have you finished dicing the potatoes?
Don't rush me, Vicky. It's not easy painting these little dots on. How's the shredded coconut coming, Vicky?
Very slowly. The pencil sharpener keeps getting jammed. This batter is turning awfully stiff.
What a coincidence. Just like the person who asked to eat these. Well, if it isn't my favorite enemy, Vicky, doing her term oven assignment. I'll cook up something that'll guarantee she flunks.
Peggy Flegel!
The very same. Come back, you coconut patty thief. Cool it, sister. I'm doing this for the good of mankind. Now to destroy the, evidence.
Gosh, that's lovely perfume you have on, Vicky.
Brother, if that's what love does, I'm glad I'm an unattached male.
Stand aside, boys. I'm bringing home the bacon.
Stop! You're ruining our experiment!
Along with Tippy's chances of passing her home eco exams.
What was that?
Please. Let it just be World War III.
It sounded like an explosion. But where did it come from?
We'll know in a moment. Trip it. Ah! Just as I suspected. Chemistry! Good heavens! Who's responsible for this wreckage? I demand to know!
They are!
Just a moment. What's this? By George! A new synthetic plastic! Whoever mixed this formula will be world famous.
Well, in that case, I cannot tell a lie. I did it.
Come with me, Miss Flegel. We must notify the government immediately.
Why so bugged, doll? We all passed our exams, didn't we?
I'm jealous of Peggy. She's probably surrounded by a lot of influential people right this minute.
Okay.
Oh man, I am loving these so much. Oh, I love it.
Good times, huh?
Yeah, I'm genuinely laughing.
Yeah. They're actually funny.
They're actually
the kids
really
did a great
funny.
job.
Oh man, I love it.
Yeah, all the voice acting was fun, and like I said,
Great.
just adding in sound effects and all that stuff just amps it up.
Yeah, it does. It makes it very effective.
All right, we got one more.
All right.
This is Alp Wanted.
As part of our natural history studies, you will divide up in teams of 2 and scale Piker's Peak. The first team to plant their pennant on the summit wins this silver loving cup. All right, team. Prepare for the big assault!
Hey, Dreamboards. How's about switching partners and tying up with a real Tyrolean Tyrone? I'm warning you, Ashley. Quit bothering Vicky, or this mountain won't be the only thing that's assaulted today. Listen, Trippet. Don't think you're an expert on mountain climbing just because your dome comes to a peak.
I suggest you two save your competitive spirit for the climb. The other teams have already started the ascent.
Quick, Tommy, we're losing precious time.
The abbreviation for this place reminds me of Ashley's head. MT.
I don't know why people make such a fuss over mountain climbing. It ain't so hard.
Wouldn't it be thrilling if we were first to plant our flag at the top?
If I had a choice, I'd rather plan Ashley Heartburn. Get a move on, Peggy. I'm not running a towing service, you know.
I like to see you try mountain climbing with high heels.
Well, who told you to wear high heels?
Miss Snodgrass said to wear spiked shoes.
And these pumps have 3-inch spikes. I'm exhausted, Tommy. Let's stop and rest a while.
Hey, look, a cave.
Be careful! There might be some wild animals in there.
Wild animals? Don't be ridiculous. Mama!
What was in there, Tommy?
I couldn't make them out too well, but one of them was a bony creature with long, shaggy fur. And the other was a big, hulking thing with hair all over its face.
That's a fine way to talk about us behind our backs.
Especially when it's true.
Go-Go an animal? How did you end up in a cave?
We were following Animal's map and I guess we took a wrong turn.
According to this thing, we're 5 miles off the Great Barrier Reef.
Why are you stopping? Don't you want to plant your flag on the summit?
I'd rather plant my teeth in this corned beef sandwich. Now that I think about it, mountain climbing is a thrilling sport. From up here, the view of the potato salad is simply breathtaking.
Boy, that animal lives just to eat.
I hope the smell of all that food doesn't attract some mountain lion.
Yeah, for the lion's sake. We'd better hustle our bustles, Peggy. I see Vicky and Tommy coming up the trail.
Don't worry, Ashley. I have a little scheme cooked up that'll slow them down.
With a mud pack?
I'll pretend I've slipped and sprained my ankle. A true gentleman can't refuse to help a lady in distress.
I get it. Well, you stalled Tommy. I'll go on ahead and plant our flag. That's easily the most despicable, underhanded, low-down trick I've ever heard. Peggy, I have a new and profound respect for you.
I don't give 2 clinks about winning that cup. All I care about is winning Tommy.
Get ready, here they come.
How do I look?
Terrible.
Wonderful.
Peggy, what happened?
I stumbled and fell. I think my ankle is twisted.
Don't worry. Ashley and I can carry you down. Speak for yourself, goody two-shoes. You can stay and play Boy Scout if you want. Me, I'm going up and plant our flag on the top. You mean you'd actually desert your devoted friend and faithful companion?
You make me sound like a Saint Bernard.
Tough luck, losers.
You two go ahead. Winning that cup is much more important than little suffering me.
Don't be silly, Peggy. Vicky can go on ahead while I help you down.
I'm sure I can make it with your brawny shoulders to lean on, Tommy. I think I better stick around also. I don't want to lose 2 prizes in one day.
Haha! This scheme worked perfectly. I knew Vicky would never leave Tommy alone with Peggy. Leaving the field open to Ashley Heartburn, boy manipulator. Haha!
Whoa, what happened?
Peggy pulled a ligament.
That's Latin for a fast one. Ashley Heartburn, how could you do such a thing?
Now, doll. All's fair in love and color war.
And so, as I focus on the very tip-top of the mountain peak, I spy a pennant fluttering gaily in the breeze. And what color is that pennant, you ask?
What a ham.
Let her enjoy herself. You're only old once.
The pennant is blue,
Blue? But...
meaning the winners are Vicky Young and Tommy Trippett.
But I thought Ashley...
He must have taken the wrong flag up there on the plateau.
He took the wrong flag, or someone switched them.
All's fair in love and color war. How do we divide one loving cup?
Easy. You keep the cup, I'll take the loving.
Just who does that character think he is? Handing me a quarter because my clothes are ragged?
That's Rock Hudson. He comes here all the time.
For further freaky frolics, keep your eyes peeled for my next fun-filled issue. My gang and I will be on your newsstands in about 2 months.
Holy shit, that was amazing. Okay, you have to be happy with that. That had to be fun. The kids had fun?
Oh, they had a blast. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
They want to do more.
I can't wait to hear the interviews.
Yeah. So, at the end, I'm going to throw on a few outtakes, some bloopers, and then an interview at the end. So that'll come after the theme song. So we'll do our normal outro. And then there's some bonus material there if you want to hear the kids talk about comics and their experience doing being the Vicky players. And and some funny outtakes.
That's awesome. I love it.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was fun to do. A lot of work, but I think it was worth it. So good times. Yeah. So I'm glad you got a laugh. You needed a laugh this week. So
I did, and that genuinely made me laugh a lot. Oh man.
Yeah. I really love that Alex interpreted Ashley Hartburn as Eurotrash. Just
okay. So his
he's a
line,
foreign exchange steward.
His line reading reminded me. Do you know at the very end of the Simpsons episode, Raging Abe and the Flying Hellfish one? Once they steal all the paintings at the end, when it's the rightful heir comes, and he has that accent, he's just like, "I'm going to Stuttgart to see Kraftwerk." He's like, "Hey, fun boys." So that's it. That's all I could think of was that guy at the end there.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, I haven't thought about that in a long time. There's also, I don't know if you ever watched the Kroll show, Nick Kroll's sketch thing. But he had this character he did that had bleached blonde hair, wig, wispy kind of whatever wig, and bad highlights, I guess is better, not blonde, but and he was always and then we had chocolate and cigarettes, and it was very cool. And, and all he does is just talk about smoking and eating chocolate, and I don't know why it made me think of that character as well, which made me happy.
Beautiful choice, great creative choice there.
Yeah, so the kids were all great. It was a blast. It was so fun to work on. And it was great. And like I said, they came in cold. I just obviously we couldn't afford to pay them to read the material beforehand, prepare. Go full method and whatever. So they just come in cold, gonna sit around the table and read it and just get it on tape. That's it.
Shit,
So
I love it.
So that was so fun, and I think that was a good way to approach this material, because two almost 50-year-old men going through 8-page teen humor comics from before we were born would be a weird slog.
Yeah, it'd be super weird. Really glad you
reviewing
made this.
them.
Yeah. Well, Animal's performance in this panel is not what I expected it to be.
Right.
Yeah.
right. So I definitely I had a long week, but it was definitely more fun just getting to work on that stuff and just trying to figure out some of the incidental music. Obviously it has to be something polka-ish. There has to be something.
Yep.
Peggy has to have her own theme, because she's this duplicitous rich chick who's always trying to steal Tommy, so she needs some kind of a Harry Mancini type of thing, and just do whatever. And I was just like, God, I wish I had a full band. I would love to do a proper theme song, but I just used drum machine and some distortion instead of wah pedal, and because I want to go full Ohio Express, or Archie's if I could. But,
well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
1910 Fruit Gum.
1910 Fruit Gum. That's probably my favorite of all the bubblegum groups.
Well, for those in the know, yeah, it's all about the fruit gum.
Yeah, but it's all one band. But
they're all the same people.
Cool. So I think we should do shout outs now. What do you think of that?
Sounds good.
Cool.
Okay, so as most of you know, we do have a Patreon where you can go and support us. Just go to Patreon, Bronze Age Monsters. And there's several tiers of support that you can choose from. The most popular is Pack Member. That's $5 a month. You get our Shadow Show, which we have, what are we up to? 120...
17, 118, something around there.
Yeah. So, you're talking almost, it's got to be almost 100 hours worth of, it's probably over 100 hours at this point.
Oh, it's over 100 hours.
Yeah. Of different things, of us reviewing different things, audio dramas, just everything you could possibly imagine. There's tons of stuff. So you really get your money's worth at that $5 a month. Also, what you get verbal shout outs on the main show. And so PAC members, so these are people like Ben Potter,
Blake, last name withheld.
Brad Elmore,
Brian Steed.
Brian from Marvel by the Month,
Caleb.
Dave Kennedy,
David D.
David Goodwin,
Glenn Lash.
Grace,
James Shigas.
Jared from Swords and Scrolls podcast,
Jason W.
Jeff Fitzpatrick,
Jerry from Buffalo.
Justin the Owl,
Kyle from the Heartland.
Matt Harvey.
Matt Harvey's going to be on our next episode, by the way.
I know, right? I'm very excited.
Me too. Melissa Watts.
Michelle from Moonlit Comics. Miss you, Michelle.
Yes, miss you. Mighty Morphin Blue.
Pat Zvek.
Rob from Marvel by the Month.
Russ from Tomes of Evil.
Shadavid.
Tony Iupi.
Tim Tucker.
And Worm Drive Pro. Thanks so much to all the PAC members.
Yes, thank you so much. There is actually, Jacob, one more tier after that one, though. It's called the Star Gods. And these celestial barbarian deities get even more content exclusive to that tier. I've got a couple things in the hopper to talk to Jacob about doing just for those folks. And also as a thank you gift for being Star Gods, they get to go to our Threadless shop, which is where all t-shirts and our housewares are. And after 6 months of supporting us as a Star God, you get to go in and pick out a t-shirt or a travel cup or a coffee mug with our logo on it or whatever else you want on it. And we'll send that right to your door. So the hallowed ranks of Star Gods include fine folks like B.A.M,
Bill Eschbach,
Brink,
Eric Hadley,
Jason Finestone,
Jesse McFerrin,
John Walsh,
Josh Link,
MJ,
Mark Nivens,
Michael Giacchino,
Ryan from Across the Bifrost, a Mighty Thor podcast,
and Uber Alice patron Jackson T. Overstreet.
Jackson T.
That has hooked
Overstreet.
us up.
Let's hold up them issues. All those rare Vicky issues.
And I don't know if this is true, Jacob, but before the season started, I had read somewhere that these were rarer than the rest of the line because they did not print as many. I don't know if that's true.
I had read that too. I don't know if anyone really has significant sales figures. I want to see the data on that. I want to see the notes because I don't know.
Yeah, the only time I could see in that was it Comic Book Artist 16 that we keep referencing. I believe a couple people interviewed there said they pulled this, so they retooled the entire line after 2 issues, and they had 0 figures. And when the sales actually came in, turns out Phoenix 1 did well, but too late. It's a Jack Kirby, nonsense book now, So we have heard some things. I read some people said that they were selling about 33% sell-through rate or whatever, which is not sufficient to keep sustaining. So once they actually got the figures, they were already about to fold, but they weren't currently selling as well as they needed to due to their poor distribution and whatever, and probably the content.
Yeah, but with Vicky, they were all in 4 issues. Not everything got 4 issues.
Not everything got 4 issues. It helps when the art is done.
Everything's done.
And the book's written.
What do we have to do? You have to change one word. Okay.
Yeah.
Pump those issues out.
Yeah. Also, we have some water bottles with Bronze Age monster stickers on them. If somebody wants to comment down below for a no prize, we'll send you a water bottle. If you are in the United States. Sorry, we're not doing international shipping. That's way too expensive now. If you want a no prize, which is a nice water bottle that's amazing, it really retains hot or cold.
They're really nice.
You put an ice cube in there like in the morning, and it's still there like at 4 p.m. Like it's insanely good. Anyway, they're kind of modeled after old Coleman thermoses. Tell us in the comments below where the mistake was. I don't know if you caught it, Jacob, but somebody missed a Tippy. Tell us which story that was in and who was talking. There was a mistake. So, yeah, they had one job. Literally, the only job. There was a colorist who changed the colors of mostly Tommy's sweaters. It seems like the rest of it's almost exactly the same. And they had to change Tippy to Vicky, but someone fucked up. So let us know below, and we'll get you a water bottle if you're in the U.S. Sweet. There was no letters column, which is funny because Tippy Teen got, I don't know how much of it's real, but there was advice columns. There was all kinds of stuff going on. And like, so, obviously it ran for a few years, but this was bi-monthly. So 4 issues. This book hit the stands November 19th of 74. So this is literally one of the first things, which makes sense, right? Because it was done.
Yeah, it's already
so this
done.
is one of, like, this and Grim Ghost and like something else like hit the stands and within a week of each other, and we're the first thing. But so it ran for 8 months essentially, bi-monthly. But I don't know. Maybe people that liked that type of stuff just realized it was Tippy. Maybe, again, the one of the constant drumbeats of this season is there was no distribution. There was no distribution.
Nope.
People who wanted to find it couldn't find it. It wasn't places where it needed to be.
Remember that totally real guy that drove like 400 miles?
400 miles
to get his issue
to get all the number ones.
To get his issue of Destructor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That guy was real, by the way.
I'm sorry. Are you suggesting that was not a real letter?
I
actually think that was real.
Yeah.
Which is what makes it
that's
weird
so
to me.
sad. Oh, what a sad life.
Yeah. We got to have a hobby.
I guess.
Otherwise, you're digging your mom up out of the graveyard,
Yeah.
eating cereal out of a brain pan like Ed Gein. You got to stay focused, Jacob.
Wait, so those are the 2 choices?
Yes.
Okay.
Life is yes, it's a forked path.
It's a forked path. All right.
Yes.
Cool.
Man. For the rest of the story we just kind of alluded to, there were 3 more issues. They're not small. These are square bound, right? I mean, these could fit on a shelf. They have a spine.
Well, the last 2 are not square bound.
Oh, they're not? Oh.
No, 3 and 4 are back to a normal size.
Oh, okay. Well, they were kind of prestige the first 2 issues, but
yeah, no, square bound.
That went away. Yeah, which is cool. Like I can see, a shelf full of these. Let me refer to Vicky.
Once I get
67.
Honestly, like when I'm getting my, when I get a big like bookshelf ready to put all my 100-page super spectaculars, and I also will have a little thing at the end for my boxes that have other square bound stuff. Vicky 1 and 2, they're going in there because they're square bound.
Goddamn right.
Yep.
And I think that I don't think that Goodman or Rovan or anyone earned this, but I think that they have earned that via the Tower Comics route.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I think that this was I guess we're going to final thoughts. So let's just go to final thoughts. So I came into this just thinking, okay, so it's an Archie ripoff. How good could it be? I knew it was something published in the 60s, recycled. But I'm probably not a fair judge of the quality of this because, I read the first issue, like, yep, it's what I expected. And then once I spent a lot of time with it, with people performing it and staring at it and looking at it and listening to it 1,000 times over, it's really grown on me. And like I said, I went down that rabbit hole of Tippy Teen. I love that there's all the music stuff and the lifestyle stuff and the hobbies and puzzles and all the weird crap they threw in there where it's just like this magazine for 10-year-old girls. Like, I absolutely love it. I love Tippy Teen. So, I'm biased because I spent so much time with it, way more than the casual person would. But I'm totally into it. And I'm making an omnibus of Tippy Teen and Go-Go and Animal and Teen-In.
No, the Teen-In stuff. So the magazines of Tippy Teen I really got into. But just the one that I kind of looked through on Comic Book Plus. But yeah, it was okay. It's subpar Archie, but I got into it and I liked it. But man, after I heard the kids do the reading of it, I really got it. I was genuinely laughing at the punchlines. That is not what I expected. So you made me feel. So well, damn you for that.
There's a reason that laugh tracks exist.
Yeah.
They remind you.
They do. I need to be reminded when to laugh right now, and that helps. I need a little roadmap. And so,
Yeah.
no, that was that was great. I loved it. The kids made it come alive and made me really, really appreciate it. So, and all your hard work too. This has been a great episode.
Oh, good. That's nice to hear. I hope folks enjoyed it. I was definitely midweek, having like a mini nonsensical nervous breakdown about getting this done in time and thinking like, I don't think anybody who listens to the show is even going to listen to this episode because they're like, it's not monsters. So I really hope people do check it out. I went on our Discord and was like, I hope people listen to this because I really put an inordinate amount of time into it. So like, please just humor me.
It's always
short.
It's always the few. Like it's like the Sergeant Stryker episode that I thought was very profound that we loved doing, and it has
least views of the entire
season. So
same thing with Thrilling Adventure Stories. We're just like, God, we were just creaming our jeans over that, and it's like people are like, black and white.
Oh my God! Please listen to Thrilling Adventure Stories. It's so good. I know. What are you gonna do? No. People are gonna listen to this. We're gonna poke and prod them a little bit. So people will check this out. Once they check it out, they'll love it, and then they'll tell all their friends.
Yeah, and maybe I can make some little tiny clips to go on Instagram or whatever of like from the stories.
That's a great idea.
Punchline or something. Maybe that will sell it. I don't know.
Yeah, just do some stories and do some stuff on. Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
I just I'm borderline delirious with Vicky at this point now. So, like I said, I was wrapping this up about an hour or two before we recorded. So it was last minute down to the wire kind of thing. So cool. Next up, we have our friend Matt Harvey. He is a talented musician. He's in several bands. He's probably most well known for being in Exhumed, and he's in a band called Gruesome and Left to Die. And he's in a new band called Cold Slither that is indeed what you think it is from that episode of G.I. Joe when Zartan and the Dreadnoughts formed that band that hypnotized people. I saw a picture of them. They were performing like at a Comic-Con or something like that as Cold Slither.
Like in costume?
In costume, yes.
Oh, fuck yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is why Matt is so awesome.
Yeah, Matt's awesome. What did we talk about with him before? He's been on the show. Oh, he probably one of the worst Creature Commandos.
It was the Medusa. Yeah, remember how we tortured him?
No, the Fire Goddess.
Oh, the Fire Goddess. That's right. Yeah.
And that was I think that was the episode where I kind of broke, like where I was.
Both of us broke. We broke down, and Matt was like, "No, guys, come on, it's gonna be okay." And we're like, "No, man, it's not gonna be okay. Yeah. We can't do this."
I hit
anymore.
the wall. That story made me hit the wall. Honestly.
Yeah, but Matt picked us up, and where there were once just our footprints. Yeah.
Go on.
The rest. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. ... So I think he was one of the first people that we knew we were doing Atlas Seaboard, and we're like, we're going to have you back on. Obviously, we got to pick something good for you. And I think I attached this to him immediately. I think this is one of the first things I had a guest attached before the season even started, which was Weird Suspense featuring the Tarantula.
Mm-hmm.
And this was created by and scripted by Michael Fleischer and has art by Pat Boyette.
We love Pat Boyette.
I love Pat Boyette.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for this, and Matt's going to be perfect to have on this episode. So yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah, a good guest for it. And yeah. So I've read people online kind of say like this is almost just like someone just said, "Fuck you, Spider-Man." Like, how do we take Spider-Man and make it mean-spirited, evil, like weird,
Okay.
Like a lot of the narrative is just kind of like Atlas is just kind of a middle finger to everything, and also just kind of a weird like dare me to do this, and I'll do, or say I can't do it and I will. I don't know. So yeah, can't wait for this. Looking very much forward to it. Looks bizarre. A were spider. I love were stuff.
Anything were is good for us.
Yes, indeed. But prior to that, if you are a person that receives the Shadow Show through supporting us on Patreon, we're going to talk about issue number 10 of War is Hell from Marvel Comics. This is my first time ever reading any War is Hell. I know Jacob's a big fan, but yeah, it's my first exposure to it. So yeah, so check that out. And otherwise, we'll be back in 2 weeks to talk about Tarantula.
Yep, sounds good.
Cool. So If you don't know, we're on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky, and we would love if you'd follow us. We'll follow you back. And again, you can go to patreon.com/Bronze Age Monsters, support the show, get all those 100 and whatever previous episodes of the Shadow Show, and some special stuff that's just for people that back the show that you're going to love. We really put time and care into these little extra things we do, and hopefully people appreciate it. Lastly, just leave a comment on this video, please. Tell us what you thought about Vicky, what you think about Archie, what you think about teen humor comics, whatever. We'd love to hear from you. And like the video as well, and subscribe. And maybe you know somebody who's like, oh, I have a friend who loves Archie. Send this video to them. They might like to check it out, and we'd appreciate the eyeballs on it. Mm-hmm. All right, Jacob. I think we kind of did Vicky. We didn't do her dirty. We did her right.
Yeah, no, that was the perfect way to do this episode and this issue. So yeah, kudos to your producing and planning. You did good yet again.
Thank you, sir. Do you know Vicky's surname?
I do not.
It's Young.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Found out I was digging stuff up. Yeah. Vicky Young.
Vicky Young.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you, and we hope to see you back here in 2 weeks for the Tarantula. Until we see you next time, stay bronze, Pony Boy. Stay bronze.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You mean you haven't heard about their breakup?
The timing is just right for a guy with your...
That's me! That's me! I didn't realize either. I can't breathe. It's too... I can't. I'll save the seats while you park the car, Tommy.
Roger.
Oh my god.
They all have the same hair. They all have the worst bowl cut ever.
Hey, we're gonna try that again. That's panel 4 of this page.
Okay, sorry.
Why so tragic, girls? Oh my god. What is that squiggly line?
It's a question mark.
Oh. I couldn't tell. You look so...
Have you finished dicing the potatoes?
Don't rush me, Vicky. It's not baby painting these little dots on.
Oh, easy. Baby. I was like, it was baby. Oh, this is Athena, panel 2.
I'm bringing home the bacon.
Stop!
Why are you stopping? Don't you want to plant your flag on the summit?
I'd rather plant my teeth in this corned beef sandwich.
Well, okay.
Okay.
What's on?
Me? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think I'm number 4.
Lipstick. Look at the lipstick
So this is
mountain.
the interview with the Vicky players.
Yeah.
You want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Alex Baumberg, and I voice Tommy and Ashley Hartburn.
I'm Athena Howell, and I voice Peggy and Gogo.
I'm Emily Sutliff. I voiced Vicky and Mrs. Snodgrass.
Hi, my name is Keaton Miley. I voiced Horace Acne, Egghead, Principal Fogg, and Animal.
All right, guys. So you did a great job there. I just wanted to ask you a few questions about this experience. So, first of all, just like, what is your general impression or relationship with the medium of comics?
I think it's very fun.
He thinks it's fun.
It's fun!
Here, I'll go.
Yeah.
My first impression of comics was my dad had like a giant cardboard box in our garage, and they were like full of old Superman comics and like Batman and a bunch of other like Marvel superheroes and stuff like that. Remember he pulled them out one time and I got to read them. That was like kind of my introduction to comics. I never really necessarily picked them up in like the store or anything like that. But I read the ones that my dad had.
For me, comics are a very, very big part of my life because of who my father is. The walls of my house are made with comics and records, and I grew up going to Free Comic Book Day every year. It's like a very important holiday in our family, and so comics are kind of very near and dear to my heart, so this was very exciting for me to get to bring them to life.
For me, I've always loved comics of all kinds. Every year I would get
vintage like superhero comics for Christmas, and I loved reading young adult comics, and I just think that they were a great way to, express art and writing.
For me, I didn't really read a lot of comics, but I think reading these comics, it made me want to read more, which it was really fun to be able to voice some characters.
Okay, so sounds like from what you all said, you kind of have an exposure to a wide variety of comics, general young adult stuff, superhero stuff. Athena reads Japanese stuff and horror stuff and a little bit of everything. So what is your relationship specifically with this genre that we talked about, which was the teen humor kind of comic, which is this was obviously a ripoff of Archie. Did you ever read Archie or anything like that growing up?
Archie was something that I read when my mom was taking forever to check out at the grocery line. It was either play with the packs of gum at the checkout, or it was grab the Archie comics that my parents definitely didn't want me reading. Those were the only times I read those.
Anybody else have any experience with Archie?
I'm so sorry.
No, you.
I loved the Archie comics growing up. I thought they were so much fun. I really loved the mystery-focused ones, and especially after Riverdale came out, it did get me back into the comics. So I was like, this show really butchered the characters, and so I had to go back to the source material, and it really was ahead of its time. It was super fun.
I think there was always an Archie comic in the car, but I really loved the ones that were just Betty and Veronica. Those were my favorite, because growing up I didn't like to be around boys. I still don't. So that was a really exciting find for me, and yeah, I don't really read them anymore, but I still have a few.
Is it embarrassing that I didn't know Riverdale was based off of that?
Well, you learned something new.
Okay, great.
I think that supports Alex's point that it's so divorced
It's so
from the source material that you
I was
don't even
gonna say, I was
recognize
I just didn't make that. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm making the connections with obviously the names, but
Yeah, and I do want to add on to that. It's like with the Betty and Veronica stuff, I feel like Archie and all that kind of comics was very much non-gendered in the same way Scooby-Doo was always targeted to boys and girls. It was very much that genre, and I think it was something really important for kids to grow up with.
That's a good point.
True.
You ever read any Archie, Keaton? No?
No.
Cool. So, and just the last question is just what was your experience doing this? So we on the podcast, we often do what we call power records. When we were kids, there was things called power records. That was they take an issue of a Batman comic or a Spider-Man, and they would have actors act it out, and you get a record, and you read along with the comic book, and that was something we do a lot of times on the show just when we don't know what to do with something. We just kind of read it and just do sound effects and music. So what was the experience like for you to kind of do this? Like you said, bring it to life. What did you think of this, Keaton?
I think it's fun because I like to act and I like doing silly voices.
He does.
And you did a good job. Emily?
I love doing this. This was fun. I like doing voices. All the characters, because I do theater, all the characters I play, I give them all a specific accent. They're all very I give each one a different tone. So I really liked doing this a lot. I laughed a lot. This was fun.
I think your instinct was right on, right? Because I was saying I want a big, do broad stuff. So
oh yeah, Snodgrass. It just kind of happened, and it was really fun.
Athena?
I love doing this specifically for the podcast. I love it so much. And this time was double the fun because all my friends are here. It felt like there was a little bit less pressure and more freedom to just kind of try new things and redo lines a lot. And it was so fun. Awesome.
Alex?
I thought it was so much fun. I really loved voicing Tommy. I think it's kind of just that classic, 50s, 60s male character. And so that's always super fun. And I loved putting my spin on Ashley. I don't know what his real ethnicity is, but I'm glad I got to bring my European character to a comic book.
It's
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And I guess lastly, is there anything that is a contemporary comic that you're reading that you like?
Right now?
Anything that's being published currently, yeah. No? Okay. Looking for recommendations? Yeah.
Well, I like this one called Lamentation, and it only has 3 issues. I think it's over now, right? I think it's over.
I think that was it.
That one's really fun. If you're a theater kid, it's about theater. It's really fun. But that, and what is the other one? Monstrous?
Monstrous.
That one's really good. I never finished. I only read the first 2. I don't know. Is that yeah, it's a comic.
Yeah.
That one's really fun too.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Woo woo.